Hello, and welcome to the Hive Mind podcast, where the collective wisdom of the travel industry helps you match travelers with the right destinations and the right hotels. I'm your host, Whitney Schindler, founder and CEO of The Hive, a platform designed to give travel advisors organized, actionable insights they can put to work right away. Each week, I sit down for focused, real-world conversations with travel advisors, hoteliers, and supplier partners who know these places inside and out. We break down how each hotel is best suited to a specific client profile, take quick deep dives into destinations, and share pro tips to help you make the most of the Hive. And here's the best part. You don't need to take notes while you listen. Go about your day, tune in, and know that every insight from these conversations is already captured and organized inside the Hive, so it's there when you actually need it. And if you aren't on the Hive yet, you can get resources from this and other episodes when you join our newsletter at thehive.travel/podcast. Today, we have a new episode of The Essentials, a deep dive all about helping you not just understand a destination, but feel it, the energy, the vibe, and the nuance that make it unique. Trusted destination partners share key details that matter most and help paint an overall picture that will inspire you as you present this destination to clients. When you bring a destination to life with confidence and clarity, you build trust, you spark excitement, and you make it that much easier for your clients to say yes. Joining us today to talk about Emilia-Romagna, a region in Italy, is Marilena Barberi, founder of Italy with Class, a DMC based in Italy. Let's dive in. Marilena, hi, it's so good to see you.
Good to see you too. How you doing?
Very, very well. I'm super excited today to dive into all things Emilia-Romagna because I was recently there with Pietro and with your team, and it is a region in Italy that I try to sneak into as many itineraries as possible because I really, really loved it, and I feel that not enough people visit this area or they don't spend long enough.
It is a pity because, especially for those that really want something different, off the beaten path, that is not Rome, Florence, Venice, or Amalfi Coast, where there is not too many people, it's not crowded. You really have to dip into to really get the essence of that region. And
Yes.
normally, the scenery, I would say, they're not as dramatic as the Amalfi Coast, but there are some beautiful hills, some green, especially if it is a certain period. And so,
Yeah.
really, we really wish to bring as many people as possible for a different, experience in Italy, especially for those that have already been with us
Yes.
one time.
Yes. Well, and what is making it super easy for me to sneak into itineraries is that although it is not the Venice, Rome, Florence, logistically, it's very well connected by trains. You can take a high-speed train to Bologna the same as you can take a high-speed train to Milan or Florence.
Absolutely.
And there's an airport in Bologna. For me to fly into Italy, into Florence or Bologna, it's the same. It's the same connections, the same price. So that was actually really fascinating to me to learn that kind of when you can figure out the logistics, because there are many off the beaten path destinations that it's like, okay, so you're going to need a car and a train and a flight and then another train and then another car. And in 3 days you'll arrive. But it's off the beaten path and also logistically quite simple.
Yes, even because it's just about 50 minutes by train from Florence. So
Right.
that is really great. And we do many daily tour even from Florence. It's people that wants to go for a day just to get an experience, walk around Bologna, and do a food tour in Bologna, or maybe, go to the Sfogline, which are these lady that make the pasta and do a cooking class. So it is really something different. But normally, Emilia-Romagna has got much more to offer,
Yes.
than just Bologna.
So let's talk about that exactly. In terms of seasonality, I imagine it's similar to Florence and Tuscany, but is it as seasonal as Tuscany? Like, does it shut down between November and Easter, or could you theoretically visit
No.
go to the different experiences and visit Bologna year round?
No, Bologna you can go year round. Bologna, Parma, Modena, those three big city, and then there are
Hmm.
even more like Ravenna that we'll talk
Hmm.
about that I love, Ferrara, which very few people, really go, but they're really beautiful. And no, you can go all year round, but during the winter it's a little bit rainy and
Sure.
foggy. So
Yeah.
I would say, just to be honest, on your side, from April to October and just the first part of November, it is beautiful. But it is open all year round. But normally the kind of it's flat, it's the Po Valley, so the fog, it is really there. So maybe you don't really want to be during the winter time.
I will say, and we'll talk about activities in a second. I was there in April and it was quite foggy and a little bit rainy, but I it didn't bother me so much because many of the experiences are indoors.
Sure, you're right.
So the Parmesan factory indoors, the Parma factory indoors, the Ferrari museum indoors. So it's not everything is indoors, but it was definitely better than trying to walk around Rome in the rain, I think. It was a
Absolutely.
little bit
You're right.
easier.
You're
But
right.
but I still agree with you that the rolling green hills and the scenery would be much nicer when the weather is a little bit nicer. So let's talk about the average length of stay in this region because I know that some people like to do day trips from Florence. I have also arranged this. It's not my favorite way to visit the region. When I was there, with Pietro, I think we were there for 5 nights,
Night.
and we
Which
did
is
not see everything.
Yeah, 5 nights, it's usually the average because, they usually combine with somebody else when they come here. Either, they're going from Venice and they need to pass through. And so they stop and they make 5 days and they can see really the three major cities, which is Modena, Parma, Bologna. Those are the three major. And so concentrate in what we call Food Valley and Motor Valley,
Yes.
which is the two
Yes.
major, attraction actually
Mhm.
of the region of the area, and um, and then maybe they end in Florence or Rome. Depends what how many days they have and what they haven't seen in the past.
Mhm.
Normally, if you want to see more, I would say a week would really give you that time to slow down and really, soak into this atmosphere, which is completely different. They have some art, some museum, but you really stay with the local because there are very few um, foreigner people right there. Uh, the fact is that there are very few five-star hotel. When
This is true.
the fourth season will go there, it will be a problem because
Oh,
even this region will change. No, they're
is
not
there a
actually.
plan for that or you're
No,
joking?
there is
Okay,
not a
good.
plan.
Actually,
I just throw it for season just to say any
yes.
other hotel that there could be. So, there is a lack of hotel and
Yes,
especially
it's true.
luxury hotel like our,
Mhm.
client love. They are very, very few. And so for this reason, still is local. It is really understatement. It is for
Yes.
that people that really wants to go deeper into the Italian culture, I would say, and really experience something really, Italian. Let's put it
Yes.
this way.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
normally, if you are in one of the hotels that you could be any place in the world, normally sometimes are the experience that help you. But once you are inside, you could be any place.
Mhm. Yeah, that is so whenever I'm talking with clients about potentially considering this region, those are kind of my 2 things. Like, if you love food, let's talk. It's probably not gonna be your favorite hotel out of the entire stay.
Yes.
Now, Relais Roncolo outside of Bologna is really, really beautiful, and
Yeah.
this is where we stayed, and I loved our time there, and I
Yeah.
believe that they're expanding to add a spa and another restaurant, so it's gonna get even better.
Absolutely.
And also, it is really only for clients who are arranging private drivers every day because it is or has a rent a car because it is
Yeah.
outside the city and it's not walkable to anything.
We
Um,
do have some other hotels, like in
mhm,
Bologna, there is the Majestic, but
Mhm.
they need to. It is a 5 star, the Majestic, but it's old. You know, it's
Yes.
what I would say tired. Can we
Yes.
put it this way?
Yes. Yeah,
It's
I
got
think that that's a good way to describe it, that it ticks the boxes of everything you need of high quality service, right in the center of Bologna. And it's also a little tired.
yeah,
So,
it is a little bit tired. There is this Hotel Brun as well, which is nice, but it is can be a 4 star.
yes.
Can be a
Yep.
4 star. It's centrally located. It is lovely, and so on. That is for Bologna. In Modena, we have Rua Frati. That's we also have Casa Maria Luigia that belong
Hmm.
to our
I,
friend
yes.
the Francescana, but it's always fully booked. So,
Well, I did just book it. I was so excited
okay, that's
that
good.
and I was so excited that I had clients who have been to Italy many times. They absolutely love food. One of them was previously a chef, and Casa Maria Luigia was available. And also, they don't work with travel advisors on a commission basis.
Yes,
So it is one of those things that this is a really unique experience, and I absolutely want you to stay there. And also, I know that there is now a large chunk of your trip that I won't earn commission on, and that's okay. Um, let's dive into all of these experiences and to
yes.
really talk about what are we doing in Emilia Romagna if we are staying there for 5 to 7 nights. So first, tell me about the most common tours or experiences or things that travelers do, that almost everyone does, for example. Like the most
Okay.
common that, like on any Bologna itinerary, we have to include this.
Yes, you know that I'm sure that everybody has seen Stanley Tucci, you know, and Stanley
Yes.
Tucci normally go to see how they make the Parmesan cheese, and we have a beautiful, beautiful place where we bring and you could see how to make the Parmesan cheese, which is a great experience. Then normally the culatello, that is very beautiful in the Antica Corta Pallavicini, which they have a few rooms as well, but they're not for our client. But normally, Antica Corte Pallavicini produce the culatello for all the kings and queen all over the world, and it is really amazing. And that is that the Parma, the famous prosciutto di Parma. So to
Mhm.
see as well where they make it out there. So Food Valley, Parma
Yes.
area, it is what we call the Food Valley of Italy. So whatever relates to food, we can go taste it, experience, see how they work, hands on. We
Yep.
can work with them. We need to wake up very early in the morning to see how they make the parmesan, but it's well worth the to wake up really early. So that is the area. Apart that, the city of Parma, it's lovely. The
Mhm.
little street to walk around, and to go shopping for whatever we want. So Parma, it is even a city just to slow down and walk through. But
Mhm.
definitely food experience in Parma, it is really, really important.
Yeah, I found that although it is a lot of food and you are definitely not, you might need some stretchy pants by the time you've spent 7 days in Emilia Romagna. It was a really nice balance that almost every day we had kind of a food experience and then we were able to go visit a city. So go to a Parmesan factory, see how they make it, see the production, see the Parma ham, and then visit the city of Parma, which is
Yeah,
really lovely and really beautiful. Um, Balsamic vinegar as well is a little
Modena.
bit in Modena, and that town is also beautiful, and we went to a lovely lunch there. So it's just like this really like beautiful towns with very few tourists and really wonderful culinary
Yeah,
experiences.
yeah, absolutely. That in
Then
Modena, normally, I mean, budget is not a problem. We need to try to book, Massimo Bottura alla Francescana, or maybe,
mhm,
he opened two or three, even a little bit less expensive
yes.
restaurant, but it is an experience. So normally in
Mhm,
Modena, I would go to see the balsamic vinegar, because it's amazing to really see what they do, how many years it's aged, to find out that normally you have this barrel that the family buy when the kid is born, and then
Hmm.
it age with the year, and that's why it's so expensive. Normally you could buy a 20 euro balsamic, but you could buy 150, 200, 300, euro balsamic vinegar. And then you realize why, it's like growing a baby, and they have it in their home, so they really care about it. It is a very ancient old tradition.
Hmm. Hmm. It's really it's really incredible to kind of be in a Parmesan factory and try the different ages of Parmesan cheese, and then to go see how they're making balsamic vinegar, and then to try those, and coming home to whatever is in our pantry in the United States is no longer the same. Like
Yeah.
once you go to Bologna, you're officially ruined. Uh, in the categories of Parmesan cheese and balsamic vinegar. And
Fantastic.
now I only will eat the things that I brought home with me.
That's good.
Why waste hours redoing similar research you did the last time you planned this destination? The Hive captures hotel details, destination insights, and advisor notes all in one place, so you can save time and move faster. Find out more at thehive.travel. So then let's talk about cooking classes. So whenever I think about food, I always describe to clients that there's the full spectrum. Some clients just want to eat the food. Other clients want to kind of see and understand how it's made and see the production process. And then others want to go the full end of the spectrum and even make it themselves and have the kind of hands-on experience. So what if we arrange a cooking class in Emilia-Romagna? What types of things could we be learning how to make? What are the most kind of regional dishes?
Allora, there is so much food, but homemade, they make the famous tortellini. And, so you can learn how to make tortellini, the very tiny, tiny one, which is not easy.
No, it's
And
not.
the fettuccine and the lasagne. So there are the sfogline, that's the name of this lady that teach how to make it. And normally we find it a little bit all over. The best one, my favorite one, are in Bologna.
Mhm, mhm.
And so
And
that is,
then
it's definitely an experience.
talk a little bit about the history and the culture and what we can look forward to seeing and learning in Bologna, because this really surprised me. And now I kind of tell clients, yes, you can go take a cooking class, but you can't miss just a historical walking tour of Bologna.
Absolutely. Well, Bologna, it is an historical city. We still have the ancient towers that are there that you could see. San Petronio, which is the beautiful cathedral. There is an anatomy theater because the University of Bologna, the Medicine University of Bologna, it's the oldest one in the world. So,
Hmm.
it is absolutely amazing. We have a museum. And so you could really combine art and food in that
Hmm.
city without any problem. For many, many years, Bologna was under the control of the Pope as well. So it was attached and linked to Rome and the Vatican State, because until 1870, we had the Vatican State until our
Hmm.
unification. So it was a part of it. So normally, the Pope, if they really spend money in the city to embellish the city. There is the beautiful fountains of Gian Bologna. So there is really so much to see.
My favorite part and the most surprising part that I wasn't expecting is the anatomical theater in the
Yes,
university.
absolutely. I agree with you.
This was I
And nobody knows about, so it's something really
I
behind
was
the thing.
really I I don't think that there's not very many moments that I can think of where I actually like had to sit down and kind of process what happened, like the history in the room. Like I had to almost just kind of like sit and absorb for a second. So basically, this is the theater, and it's called a theater, I believe, because the way that the
Yeah.
seats are all kind of raised like a theater would be on different levels, and there's a table in the middle, and this is where the first anatomies,
Yes.
like of this is where doctors first started studying
Yes.
the science of anatomy and learning about the human body.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. It's amazing. And
Yeah.
nobody think about it. It's but that's why it's called Bologna the Fat, because of the food. Bologna the learned, because of all, the university, this oldest university, and so on. And Bologna the Turret, because of the many towers that we have,
Mhm.
in the city. So Bologna, it is a very, very important city for us.
Yes, amazing. Okay, so everything that you listed, this is usually what I'm pushing for when I talk with clients and I'm like, "Okay, you need minimum 3 nights, but 5 nights is better." And it's Parmesan, it's Parma ham, it's the actually visiting the town of Parma itself, the town of Bologna, and doing the historical tour. And then if clients are interested, I think it's the best place to do a cooking class. I have taken a million cooking classes in my life, and the one in Bologna is one of the ones that I remember the
Yeah.
most. And I actually came home and I make the pasta that we learned in the cooking class probably
Fantastic.
once a month with my family. And
That's
that's
great.
directly from the Bologna cooking class. Like it was really awesome. And we were learning things that I would say, like, oh, I would go home and make that, you know? Um, so let's talk a little bit about some more unique kind of experiences in Emilia-Romagna. So the types of tours or experiences or things to see and do that it's not for everyone, and it's more for travelers that have a specific interest, perhaps. What might
Allora,
that be?
first of all, I think we talked about food, and normally art. We forgot to say that the Motor Valley is
Yes.
another, important attraction. And I have to say that even people from Florence, our clients from Florence, they go for the day to go to Modena and go
Yes.
to see the museum and go to try a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, in a racetrack, the
Mhm.
F1 track or whatever. So that is very important. So if you have somebody that is really interested, because there is not just Ferrari, there are just many, many of them. We have Ferrari, Lamborghini, we have Pagani, that really it has been the place where the motor valley and has started. So that is very, very important. And if they are supercar lovers, definitely that is a place to go.
Do you know why this region became the Motor Valley? Like, why are all of the car companies there?
Because of Ferrari, Mr. Ferrari. And
Okay.
normally, he invested a lot, he loved, and that's where he just built the plant, the factory, and they are made by hands, every little
Yes.
piece. So that's the reason. We had people that really had a passion for it and had the money to do it, because normally at the beginning was not easy.
So is he from the area? And so
He's
that's
from
why
the area, he's
he
from
he's
Modena.
from
Yes.
there. Okay. So then Lamborghini, I'm not a car person, so excuse my ignorance. Lamborghini is also from the area, or Lamborghini came there because Ferrari was there and now we have everything in
The
the area.
Ferrari started and then all the rest came, the
Okay.
Pagani
They
and
just came.
everything. And
Okay.
so, they all then that we had a lot of people actually, even Pavarotti was from Modena.
There's
Just
a lot of really incredible Italians from Modena.
Italians, very famous Italians there for
Yeah. And
Enzo
Modena is
Ferrari was
relatively
really
small.
somebody important through the world. So that was very
It's
important.
Is there something special in the water in Modena? Because it's a relatively small city.
It's the people that work a lot. They're really workers right there, and so they really have produced a lot through the
So
century.
we We visited the Ferrari Museum while we were there. Are there other museums for the other car companies, or is the Ferrari Museum kind of the
Well,
main
everybody goes.
option?
I mean, if you just have one day, you use that. You go and visit that. Otherwise, there is even the Pagani that apparently it is very famous as well.
Okay. I will
And
say, as someone who doesn't know anything about cars, sports cars, modern cars, old cars, I literally don't know anything about cars. I enjoyed the Ferrari Museum
yeah,
just from a historical standpoint and just to kind of understand the significance of Ferrari in the world
yeah,
and how they developed and evolved. And so I probably raced through the museum in about 90 minutes because I didn't stop to read every single plaque and watch every single video. So, but I say this to say that if you are even remotely interested in
oh yeah,
history and understanding kind of the backstory of a company that is, known around the world, then I think it's worth a stop. And if you are interested, then you can't miss this museum. You have to
absolutely.
go,
You
I
need to
think.
go. At
Yeah.
least at the
Um,
Ferrari Museum, you need to go, and you could do a test drive
yes.
if you want. And I mean, those that are interested normally.
So tell me about all of the experiences that are possible with Ferrari. So in the museum, you can do like a simulation drive, which
Exactly.
is in the museum, you're kind of sitting in the seat, but it looks almost like a video
Yeah,
game when
and
I
you're
saw
like
it.
you're driving. You're really driving.
Yes, so this is a simulation, but then you can actually do test drives of actual Ferraris.
Yes, yes, of an
And is
actual
this
Ferrari,
on
and
is this on a
you could
track
take.
or is it just out on
No,
the road?
just on the road. You
Okay.
could do it even in a truck. There is,
Okay.
even something in a truck, but usually what it is really, really exciting is to be able to drive a Ferrari in the area. So you drive and you have somebody next to you that will
Okay.
come with you. And so you drive, you could do 20 minutes, you could do half an hour, you could just book for the time you wish.
I think it's technically possible to take it for a full day if you really want to.
Absolutely. Yes,
Yeah. I mean, I've also heard of providers who will do the driving for you so that you can go wine tasting. Like, so
absolutely.
you get to kind of be in a Ferrari all day, but so I think
Absolutely, absolutely.
it's it seems
You
really
can do it, and you know that normally sometimes we have clients that a little bit all over drive a Ferrari, but to drive a Ferrari right there, in the
yes.
road on the roads of Modena and surrounding, that is really it is an experience.
Amazing. When you're starting out, one of the hardest things is delivering a polished, consistent client experience, especially when you're still finding your footing. That's where the Hive can help. It's your expertise vault where hotel details, destination insights, and advisor takeaways are captured and organized, so you always have professional, client ready knowledge at your fingertips. With the Hive, you can sound consistent, credible, and prepared from day one. And that's what builds trust and gets clients coming back. Curious? Take a look at thehive.travel. Are there any other niche type of experiences or activities in the region that are great, but only if you have like a very deep specific interest?
Allora, normally, you mean always in Modena
Yes, still
related
in
Motor Valley
no, not Motor
in
Valley
general?
specifically, just in general in the region. So I don't know if there's anything, if someone is really interested in art or music or, just something that is really incredible, but, it's
Sure.
only for the clients who have that specific interest.
Absolutely. We have in Fidenza, we we have, if they like to go shopping, there is a big shopping mall, and that is for, you take a car, you go there, half a day, a full day, you go shopping, and that is really great. Then we have Faenza, that is famous for the ceramic.
Oh,
And so that is really something. If you sometimes we go there when we want to build a kitchen or a bathroom, and we want something really really nice. It is famous for the ceramic. So that is
Interesting.
important. Then
Okay.
I would say that Ravenna, which
Hmm.
is this fantastic city of mosaic. Ravenna was part of the Eastern Roman Empire when we had the division of the Roman Empire between Western and Eastern Roman Empire. Then Ravenna became a part of Byzantium, of the Eastern Roman Empire. And so for this, we have many, many churches with all the Byzantine mosaic. And we have some churches that they are decorated with 5th to 6th century mosaic. They are absolutely stunning. And,
So
you
I
know,
just pulled up a map here. Ravenna's way over here by the coast.
yes,
So you can see all my purple dots from my trip.
absolute, yes,
So we
absolutely.
were we were all along this kind of train,
Yes,
like this highway. So we've got Parma and Modena and Bologna, but Ravenna's way over here. That's
yes.
fascinating.
Yes, it is
Okay.
absolutely fascinating. In about an hour from Bologna, you can go to Ravenna, and it is a city to visit. So if you're just going to stay the 4 or 5 days and you're going to do the three major city, but if you're staying a little bit more, I would really take one day to go to Ravenna. And the
Um,
mosaic are
this
breathtaking.
is Yeah, is this one of the I just
That's
Googled
one of
Ravenna
those.
and this is
Yes,
one of the photos
absolutely.
that came up. This is
Yes,
really incredible.
yes,
And this
yes.
is still in such good shape.
Shape.
Like
They
it's
are perfect. Really,
wow.
um, it's a lovely city, and the visit is absolutely breathtaking. So I would add having the time, because yes, you go to Modena, you go to Acetaia, you go to see the vinegar, you go to see the Parmesan. We all know about that, and we want to do
Yes.
it. Absolutely, we
Yes.
want to go to the Motor Valley. We want to go to Bologna, as you said. We want to go. Doing pasta cooking class, maybe a food tour as well. mm, In Bologna through the market. It's lovely. But if you have an extra day, I would
Mhm.
really go to Bologna. And there is a lot, really, even to go, like Rimini.
Where's this? I gotta
Let's pull out Rimini, where there is the beach, the Grand
Yes,
Hotel.
that was going to be my next question for you is we were getting close to the coast there. I was wondering if there in Ravenna, I was wondering if there was anything on the beach there. So here I'm
They're
opening this again
beautiful.
for
They're
us.
not places for great hotel. The only great hotel is in Rimini. Ecco,
Okay.
there is the
Look
Grand
at the
Hotel.
beach.
It's a beautiful sandy beach. Federico
Okay.
Fellini, used to live in the Grand Hotel Rimini, which is breathtaking and amazing. The city, it's beautiful, and it is a beach resort place. So it can be combined, just to spend a few days by the beach.
The Grand Hotel Rimini, this one.
Yes,
Ooh, look at all those beach chairs.
yes,
Such a great Google image there.
yes.
Wow. Okay, so
It
what?
is a place mostly for Italians, okay? So unfortunately, they'll find a lot of Italians, which I do
Yes,
not know
no.
if it is a good thing to do. But anyway,
Well, I mean, I think it's important to know that it's possible,
it
right?
is
Because
possible.
there are some clients, if you tell them go to this beach and it's all Italians, and they would hate that, and other clients would be very happy to hear that.
Yes, it,
I
it,
think
it
you really just have to know your client.
it is the resort place for a lot of Italians that they go there. So that's, and the last thing I would say, it is the Republic of San Marino.
Oh, here, it's close to Rimini.
Yes.
Sorry,
Allora,
I should
the
just leave
Republic
the
of
map
San
up.
Marino, it's one of the two independent republic that we have in Italy. One is the
Oh,
Vatican, and the other one is the Republic of San Marino. They are not
really?
part of Italy.
Oh my gosh, it's a border.
Yeah, exactly.
Why is
Exactly.
this?
There
Why
is a
is this
border. So
independent? What's
yeah.
the story?
Well, that is through the century when we did our unification, that area was left to the Republic of San Marino. So it is so amazing to go there. It's up on top of an hill. It's all walking. There is the rock, the fortress, the castle. So it is a way to spend a lovely day
Amazing.
there. So, there are just so many things that we could put
Yeah.
together, that apart the must do, because there are some must do that we talked at the beginning. But then, if somebody wants to enlarge it, then there
Yeah.
is a little bit more that we could do.
So question for you, because when we were there, we stayed in one hotel the whole time, which meant that we were driving a lot, right? Like if you're gonna be there for more than a day trip and you're gonna spend 3, 4, 5, 7 nights, let's say you're spending 5 nights or more. Would you then advise that clients split their stay between two hotels, or do you generally try to have them stay in one hotel and just do day trips?
No, that could stay even in Bologna. I would say Roncolo is very nice because it is just in between Modena and Parma. And so you could
Mhm.
just cover that area. Then I would move to Bologna and I would really kind of live the atmosphere of Bologna, even in the evening with the arcades, the
Yeah.
walk through and so on. And from Bologna, then, you could just move a little bit and go to San Marino and go to
Mhm.
Ravenna from there. So, just do those other two pieces. Then normally, if they wish instead to experience an Italian beach resort place full of Italians, where there are a lot of nightclub, a lot of nightlife, because
Okay.
that's what it is. Then Rimini and the Grand Hotel Rimini, it's beautiful. The room are to die for, and
Okay.
that would be something different. But that it all depends how many days they want, if they
Sure.
really wants to add this extra experience right there.
And so in Rimini, I suppose that this is really like June, July, August
Yes,
is the time that you want to be there, but a
let's
shoulder
avoid
season is
August.
probably
Let's avoid
avoid
August.
August. Okay.
Too many times.
Avoid I was going to say avoid it because it's quiet or because it's too busy.
It's
It's
too
too
busy.
busy.
It's too
Okay.
busy, August. August is the month that the Italian usually go on vacation. And so
Mhm.
from all that area, they all be in Rimini. You find that there are many beautiful hotel, nightclub, bar, shopping, walking around, but really, really crowded.
Yes.
And
Okay. That's
in
good
that
to know.
point,
It's more of a
crowded
takeover.
of Italian, that might sounds good because you say, well, it is really local, but Italian can be a little bit loud.
It could be a little bit crazy, I
Yes.
imagine. Okay, so let's talk to me about all of the things that clients can look forward to eating. So, not necessarily a cooking class, but when they make a dinner reservation, when they go on a food tour, and they're in Bologna for 5 nights or so, what are they eating that is very quintessential regional from this area?
Hola, we forgot about the mortadella, what you call,
We
well,
did. Thank goodness I asked you this
yes,
question.
absolutely. So a lot of sausages that they produce right there, prosciutto, all different kind of cheeses. Not only normally the Parmesan is the king, for there, but
Yes.
they do produce other kind of cheeses. Then normally the meat sauce that you call
Yes.
bolognese sauce, thick. It's
It's to die for.
it's to die for. It's from there, so you could just put it on the tortellini, not only in brodo with the
Mhm.
broth, the small
Yes.
one, but you could even have tortellini with meat sauce or fettuccine with meat sauce, lasagne, for instance. That's something that they have, and all kind of meat, because
Yes.
normally they have a lot of pasture land, so the meat there, it is very, very good.
It seems like these dishes are some of the most popular that left Italy and that you can find around the world in terms of, pasta bolognese and lasagna, like mortadella and these cold cuts, the Parmesan and the Parma, like you can find these everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's actually sometimes when I'm talking with clients, I'm like, if you like all of this classic Italian, these dishes, this is where you find it.
Yes.
It's not like you don't go to Rome and order bolognese.
No. I mean, we do,
Sure, you can. You can, but it
you can
came
eat
from
it all
Bologna.
over, but that's where it comes
Sure.
from. Let's say
Yes.
that's where it comes from. Because you see that Italy is formed by region, 22 region, and each region has got different dishes. Then normally we cook all of it. We cook the bolognese sauce, we cook the tortellini in brodo, but that's where they have a different taste, I have to tell you. No matter, but the taste, it is completely different.
What I did not know about the region until I got there is about Lambrusco. And so sparkling chilled red wine
yes,
is not usually my favorite option. I would usually order, just like a bold red wine. So when they served it, I was like, okay, when in Rome. But then I realized that the cuisine in the Reggio Emilia region is so fatty. And it's so like it's the meat and it's the Parma and it's the and in the Parmesan cheese that the wine cuts the fat.
Yes.
And it is the perfect combination.
Absolutely. And
Italians
then
are so smart.
You could have a dry one, or you could have a sweet one that goes
Yes,
with dessert.
I always went with the dry one because that's a little bit more of my preference. But
absolutely,
when I was served it just by itself, I was a little bit confused. But then when I started having it with meals and with the tastings, I was like, oh, actually, this is exactly what you want to be drinking with this food because it's the perfect pairing.
Absolutely. Yes, I agree with you.
I learned so much.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'm going to take you back about a half an hour. You mentioned shopping that is available. Can you tell me what kind of shopping that is? Is it high end? Is it outlets? Is it vintage? Like, is it more modern kind of brands? What type of shopping is in that shopping area?
When we said that we would go to the shopping mall in Fidenza,
yes,
is all the brands. That's where there are a lot of brands. But even just inside the city, there are little shops.
Yes.
Artisanal one, either in Bologna, in Modena, or in Parma. So in these three major cities, there is a lot of shopping as well. Fidenza is a shopping mall, very close to your shopping mall.
Yes. And it's similar to what, like, there are some other ones that you can find close to Florence as well, right?
Absolutely. The outlet we have in Florence, yes, is exactly.
Is the one in close to Bologna, is it also like an outlet or is it's just a shopping mall? It's not necessarily an outlet.
It is, they have a certain brand have outlet and certain others, just sell the current one.
Sure. Yep. Okay.
It's
perfect.
a combination of both.
I tried really hard to squeeze this into our 5 nights and Pietro cut it out. He did not allow it.
So you got to come with me because you were with Pietro and Pietro likes to eat. So you, for sure, you didn't miss any place which was good to eat. And
because the reason that we didn't go shopping is because we had to go to Culatello.
Ecco. Exactly. I would have imagined that. So you got to come with me. Okay. Next time we go shopping.
I'm honestly not even a big shopper. It was more from like a research perspective because I was just at Duco right before this fam. And I met the salesperson from the shopping mall, and she was like, "You have to go." And I was like, "Pietro, she says I have to go." And Pietro was like, "No, we're going to Culatello to eat."
And the taste was much better because, the culatello, it is really the Antica Corte Pallavicini. It is unique. So
yes. Marilena, is there anything that we have forgotten or that we haven't covered in this region?
No, we have covered almost everything. But from there, we can go some other area, like, depends on the day. Maybe we could go to Milan, it's 2 hours. We could go
It
to
is.
Florence. So
I
really,
yeah, by train I have worked in this region to and from Milan, to and from Florence, to and from Venice,
that is
because the Bologna train station is big and very
big.
well connected, and it's
Yeah,
on the high
because it
speed
is just a
rail.
central
Yes.
location.
Um I have had clients go from Rome to Bologna, so they skip Florence, and then they kind of work their way down. So I think my clients going this year, they start in Rome, they go up to Bologna, then down to Florence, then Tuscany, and back to Rome. So they kind of make a big circle,
Hmm.
and it's just food, 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 art, food,
Absolutely.
food, food, art, food, food.
And wine, it goes to
Yes,
Tuscany,
yes,
because normally
exactly. I'm so
there is
excited that we got to dive into this region. It is one of my favorite regions to recommend. I really loved exploring it, and I even learned more new things from talking with you today. So thank you so
great,
much for your
great.
time and for sharing all of these amazing insights.
Absolutely. Let's bring a lot of people into Emilia-Romagna.
I hope so.
Okay.
I will continue to shout it from the rooftops.
Thank you, Whitney. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much for tuning in to this episode of the Hive Mind podcast. If you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to subscribe so you never miss a new episode. And if you know a friend or colleague who would enjoy this, please share it with them. If you would like insights from this episode landing in your inbox each week, join our newsletter at thehive.travel/podcast. And remember, if you'd like to contribute to a future episode, whether it's sharing your destination expertise or your experience touring hotels, just head to thehive.travel/podcast to learn more and express your interest. We'd love to have you join the conversation. Until next time.